Well, let's just try this again. No intro music. We just go straight into the welcome to Hey Rockstar Mini-Sode. Leaders are readers. And I just realized I didn't put the banner up for you guys. Bam. How is that? Leaders. Let's see. Right there. Leaders are readers. Uh, Before I start the timer, let me turn on the let me share my screen here real quick. We can change the world. Sebastian, it's good to see you comment on this thing. Yeah, I moved the computer and something happened and I lost all signal for a while. I had to reset a lot of things. I had to do a lot of things. A lot of the things. But there we go. Boom. We made it to that part. Let me move this to here, to here. Sweet. Well, let's go ahead and start the video.
Morning, Rockstar. Do you know where I find the wisdom to have the best weeks I've ever had? I read. Remember, leaders are readers. I want to share this little gem, The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. The main takeaway from this book is how to change your vocabulary to match the divine purpose your Creator has for you. The power of life and death lie in the tongue, and those who use it will enjoy of its fruits. Change the way you speak, change your life. Even if you're not a big reader, this book is definitely worth the investment. And right now it's like $7 at Barnes & Noble, the hardback edition. Get it, because you deserve the best. You deserve the best life. You deserve the best week. Much love, many blessings. This has been Motivation Monday.
Okay, disclaimer. This video was posted back in 2016, so I always go back and check. I haven't been able to find the hardback edition again of that book, The Game of Life and How to Win, and also I haven't been able to find it at that price, which is okay because the hardback copy I had, I gave it away to a friend for their birthday. It's a good little read. But yeah, let's unpack everything that I just shared within the next few minutes that I have left. Dealing with, I'm a big believer. I am a big believer in what you are, what you speak. That's actually was evident in the 2 posts ago on Instagram, where I just me with the mic just talking about the power of your words, and it's also a promise in the Book of Promises that those who use, the power of life and death lie in the tongue, and those who use it will partake of its fruit. So depending on what kind of words you choose to use, whether you speak life or you speak death, that is what you will be eventually partaking of in the rest of your life. So where I was going with this video about the best week starts with reading, mainly because if you really do want to change your life, you need to start changing your vocabulary. And honestly, that begins with what you intake. Now, if you are like the majority of the rest of us, we tend to fall into the entertainment category. We go and we watch a lot of videos or movies or film. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. However, especially today, there's a lot of filth. There's a lot of dumbing down of things and ideas and out there just for the cause of entertainment. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying it is what it is. Unfortunately, that doesn't really do anything to reprogram your vocabulary in a positive way. When you read, though, you start seeing the structure of certain words, how they're created, how they're built. You start seeing how they work with one another, but also your vocabulary starts to grow. It starts to you find new ways to say different things, and that stirs up the creative concept, the creative ability. I actually had a funny incident that happened at school the other day. I forgot what I said off the top of my head, but one student was saying something and I forgot what word I used. You know what? This is probably just a bad example because I can't give you the clear story. But they were kind of let down because of their grade or whatever. And all right, I failed you guys. I can't really think of the words I use, but I do have my vocabulary is not as well practiced as it once used to be. And so there's a few words that I've forgotten it or just haven't really used anymore. And there's new words that I have no idea what they are or what they stand for, which is okay. But whenever I can, I do use words such as articulate or um, instead of saying big, you use like in immense, mince or enormous or huge, just different um, ways of saying the words just to add more color to your speaking and even writing style. But as a reader, I learn a lot of these bigger words. I learn new words, and you know, I am slowly developing my my speed reading skills. As That's an oxymoron. I am slowly developing speed reading skills. Sorry. Uh, I am actually putting it into practice and becoming faster in my reading. An interesting concept, and this has nothing to do with the thought, but I'm just gonna throw it at you. That I learned from Jim Quick. He says that your mind, whenever you read, sometimes you kind of start falling asleep, and then you find yourself you having to reread the passage. He said the reason why you're falling asleep is because your brain is capable of going faster than what you're intaking the information. So in essence, your brain is bored by the speed that you're reading, so it tends to shut down on you. However, if you get into the habit of forcing that information into your quicker, your mind is able to stay alert and you can actually understand and consume. And he goes, what slows us down is that inner voice that we've been taught our whole lives to read with. We read out loud so that they know that we comprehend and know how to speak or how to know what we are reading. But if you learn to turn that inner voice off and just realize this is information going in and let your mind sort it out later, especially if you start practicing recall, man, that's a good way to just start not skimming, but basically just taking in information like a vacuum, kind of go sucking everything up. You just like take it in and let your brain reset. Well, I've gotten to the habit until I find a word that I'm like, oh, I've never seen this word before, and I kind of have to look it up. Thankfully, I've been doing a lot of reading on my Kindle. I just highlight the word and it gives me a definition, and so that has been helping me expand my vocabulary. Anyway, all that stuff to say is reading also helps bring ideas, brings new concepts, gives you new ways of saying phrases. That book in particular, the Game of Life and How to Win, is about speaking affirmation. More importantly, speaking the word of God as affirmations over your lives. I like speaking the promises over my life. I like speaking affirmations. I like just speaking life in general. Even if the law of karma is what most people practice, then I'm practicing sowing good, sowing words, sowing positiveness. Also, whenever I describe other people, rarely would you hear me putting others down or using negative descriptive terms. Reason being, and this is a concept I learned by reading an article once upon a time. I want to say it was a psychology book or something, but they said that people remember us by the adjectives we use to describe others. So, and I've shared this concept with you before. That's why whenever someone asks me to describe someone, I always use as positive a light as I can, simply because if they forget what I said about that person and or they forget about that person, but they think about me, they will remember those words or what came out of my mouth. Life, positive, because I intentionally I sow life into my conversations. I sow positiveness into my conversations. I sow hope into my conversations because that's what I want to return. I want in return. I want life. I want positivity. I want hope. And by giving of the good and receiving of the good, it does in fact change your life. I've just said a lot of stuff, and this is just a lot of concepts and information. I know you guys come for the stories, and that's really what I should be sharing. Stories about life, about speaking, about abundance, about all that stuff. Guys, it's been one crazy ride. But anyway, thinking back to this short video that I did on August 20th, 2016. Actually, funny story. Shortly after releasing that video, that little 1 minute, maybe 59-second clip on Instagram, with that later that week, I received a message from a video cinematographer friend of mine in Mexico who he said, "Hey, bro, I saw this video and I heard your voice, and I was wondering if you wouldn't mind recording some audio bits for a commercial shoot that we're doing here in Mexico." I'm like, "Well, do you want English or Spanish?" And he goes, "Actually, let's do both." So he had me read the English because he was targeting a bilingual crowd in Central Mexico, and so he called me up, he sent me the script. I recorded it, sent it over. He was able to add it to his video, give it the voiceover, and it was a cool little gig that came out of me speaking life. I was putting good. I was sharing some positive vibes or positive notes or just life to you guys because it's what I love to do, and that brought to me opportunity to speak more, to participate and do what I love. That is the acting, love to perform, love to share my stories, love to speak. And I was able to record an English and Spanish version for him to go off and use this on his shoots. And so that was just a fun little story that came out of speaking good, and it made my week just a little bit better. But other than that, guys, this has been a good week. It's been a crazy week. I know we've had a slow start. Last week, everything just kind of piled up on me. A lot of things piled up on me, and I wasn't able to. We did the birthday episode on the 29th, but I wasn't able to do the episode 51 on Thursday because I was exhausted mentally, physically, spiritually. Well, not so much spiritually, but just physically, mentally, I was exhausted, and I didn't want to just half-ass and give you just something. I wanted to give you some good thoughts and well-rested thoughts and be intentional. So I decided to wait one more week before officially launching season 2, which will be tomorrow. Not tomorrow, sorry. Thursday at 5:55 p.m. Central. You see, and honestly, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm waiting for another camera to come in because I have a crazy idea I want to try, and hopefully it works. Not too sure how it's gonna work, but we're gonna make it work. By God, we'll make it work. Anyway, that's gonna be this Thursday, 5:55. It's gonna be yours truly, unless I can get a guest to come in last minute. I'm gonna see if I can get a certain individual. By Wednesday, we'll know for sure whether we have a guest or if it's just gonna be me launching season 2, running solo. Other than that, though, it's going to be a good show. I'm hoping to have some participation from your part. And there goes my 11-minute mark. Y'all, once again, I'm so glad to be back. I'm so glad to be doing these videos. And I'm glad that you're here to enjoy it with us. Sorry about the technical difficulty at the beginning. Hey, that's life. It's life. Anyway, until next time, I am Josafat Emiliano coming to you all the way from Nashville, Tennessee. You had Miguel earlier with me in the little intro video. We're just enjoying life and being cool at it. So until next time, much love and many